Many of us have wondered at times that we have such great ideas, but why are we not able to translate them into a great product or a service or a business or success in our professional career? Yet at the times, we have also seen amazingly talented friends or family members not being able to really make the mark in real life. We've also heard about wasted talent of artists and so many other professionals or people who rose up to a certain level and then suddenly crashed and disappeared. What happened? So while there is a big play of destiny and who we are and the characteristics that we carry, but there is one thing that is a controllable that we can definitely work upon. And that controllable is the stories that we tell ourselves. Now, the power of these stories, this chatter that sits in our mind, is such that it is in one way either very empowering, and because of that become rational and purposeful, or it becomes very draining, because of which we become significantly compulsive in our behaviors and then we lack logic and it's all charge. Let's understand these stories. The first in the series of this story is the victim story, where we keep telling ourselves that life is so unfair, situations are so unfair, variables are so unfair, my childhood was so unfair, I don't have any control on the factors around me, I don't know when things will happen, I can't handle this, I can't handle that. The whole story is so disempowered about being the victim, being the one who is at the receiving end of everything that is happening in one's life. And in that state of being a victim, we completely surrender ourselves, our capabilities, our strength, our motives, our faith, everything to the situation. And we really don't make anything out of it. Many times we need somebody to come and rescue us and take us out of there. So while we are in this situation where we say it's so unfair and I can't, the switch can only happen if we really develop our capabilities, learn and develop. The one thing that can help the story of a victim get negated and get positive story is learning deeply and achieving things and developing capabilities and getting small wins in life. Let's move to the second one. Very similar to that of the victim, but slightly different, is the helplessness story. Now, here the person may have some sense of, I am doing well, I'm doing fine, but then there are certain things where I don't think I'm capable of handling it. I don't think I have the power to change this. I will hang on to something that is the current state, my comfort zone, where I am operating, whatever I am doing. This much is enough. If I try to do more than this, will I be able to handle it? If I try to change, do I really have the power to control all the things that will be falling out of this situation or the fallouts of this situation? Will I be able to handle the new? Who are they? What will they do? What will that situation be? Oh, I can't think about what is going to be the end of this. Without visualizing the end or the journey, I don't know if I will be able to control anything at all for myself. And that helplessness in that situation or with those people or situations then further creates a very deep victim feeling again. So if anyone is getting into a helpless situation again, just like the victim, the helpless also needs education and learning. But here the education and learning is about the next level, the powers that the person has, developing an approach to handle the fallouts and the consequences of what needs to be done. And if the helpless has also developed a victim mentality, then we will have to work with both of those stories to move out of there. With that, let me move on to the third one. The third one is slightly different, right? The first two were about the inner world of who we are and where we are and how we are dealing. So it was a lot of fear and anxiety and, the butterflies in the stomach, etc. Here is one that is a little bit more aggressive in the face, and it is taking on the big bad world out there where the story is that of a villain. Everyone's a villain. They are like this, they are like this, she's like this, he's like this, that group is like this bunch is like this, my manager is like this. It was their fault. Look what they made me do. You made me make these choices. If I behaved bad, it was because of you, because of you, because of you, this, that, and the other. And that villain story is all about prosecuting others. And that script is also accompanied with a lot of blatant anger and being out there. Many times, this is also hiding a deep feeling of inadequacy within. But by challenging the other, we are we are taking care of that inadequacy by showing that I may not be okay, but you are also not okay. But sometimes we also take a pedestal position where we say that I'm okay, you are not okay, and you are the bad one in this situation. So that's how the power of this villain comes out. Now, what the villain story person needs to do is really learn that people are good. The world is not out there to get you. They are not your enemies. You need to learn to get along while you get ahead. That I can coexist, yet I can get ahead. These are the habits that the villain story people need to learn. And that brings me to another one, which is about interaction with others. But here there is no blame involved. Here it's just the other way around. It's about winning the approval. So this is the approval story people. The approval story people are constantly saying that I may have some strength, I may have some capability, I may be productive, I may be able to do things, but I'm really not good enough until I am told that I am good enough. I am not good enough unless I reach at this particular position. I am not good enough unless I do so and so and so and so. So that approval story continues, and then you're constantly looking for external validation of what your ideas and then that makes you do a whole bunch of compulsive habits where, despite knowing where you're constantly tinkering with your life. You keep tinkering because I have not heard anything from them. You're tinkering because I heard something negative from them. You're tinkering because somebody gave me a feedback. You're tinkering because I'm awaiting feedback and I expect negative feedback to come. So in anticipation of all the negatives, or in anticipation of no positive having been said to you, you just go on tinkering with life. And that is the whole approval story. If that's the whole place that you are in, the space, it's important to stop and validate who you are by your own self. Your self concept, your identity, you have to clarify that. You have to understand your strength. You have to understand realistically your developmental areas, right? That brings me to the next one, which is a combination of a few of those energies, a little bit of victim, a little bit of helplessness, a little bit of that approval story. And it becomes a very cooked story of being undeserving. I don't deserve this. I am very unworthy of this. Oh my God, this success has come to me, but I don't think it was. Somebody praises me. Oh, no, 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 no. It is because of all those external factors, the people who help me, etc. I am no one. I have really not done anything at all. It's not my capability. They supported me. He gave me the script. She gave me this. They gave me that. My parents did this. I am really not worthy of this whole situation. You're constantly undermining and undervalidating your own self. And there are times that these people also freeze. There are situations and opportunities and then rewards that come their way, and they just freeze. They don't take it. They don't accept it. They say, "Oh, look! This is not. Why don't you consider that person? Why don't you consider them?" And it's a whole host of self-negation that is going on. Many times they are very good at things, yet they keep on doing this. Again, for these kind of people, it's important to stop and take stock of who you are and develop that self-concept and that identity at a very deep level. And that brings me to the last kind of story that I want to talk about today, which is the story of being the martyr or of the hero. Now, the martyr or the hero has a very strange story. Here, you have to struggle to rise. You have to suffer to rise. You have to take on the suffering of the others to rise. or you have to make immense amount of sacrifices and rise. You have to make everyone happy and then rise. And it's all about that effort and the muscle and being the bull of your life, and making that extra effort. So it's almost like, Hercules went on all of those challenges. It's like you inflict that on your own self. And the martyr is all about that energy, that if I don't go through that grind and the struggle, there is something wrong with my life. Many times they are peaceful, they're joyous, they're in a very good position in life, yet they go out to seek new challenges or to seek new suffering, because how can I be sitting still? Then I'm not doing enough. And that story. The shift that the martyr or the hero needs to make is a little bit of self love and falling in love with peace, joy, harmony, care, etc. in life, and giving that to oneself. So, there could be other scripts and other stories. I encourage you to explore more literature and the work of experts, but I predominantly have come across these 6 varieties that I keep on dealing with. There are a few others which I'll talk about some other time. But in case you or anybody around you, a loved one, has one of these 6 patterns, or if they are more, then they really need help. The negative stories don't really go away that easily unless someone works with the language, works with the pattern, works with the habit. So you will need a little bit of expert guidance. Now, this can come from a book or a self-help course, etc. If you can self-regulate, if you otherwise have a good intellect and you can self-regulate yourself. But if you are going through that period where you are disillusioned with life, if you are a little bit on the brain freeze, or your intellect isn't really working in your favor, then a coach, mentor, a counselor, a therapist, a spiritual guru, a good, educated, grounded friend who's overcome these challenges, a support group, etc., can help you. Seek help. Your stories getting redefined can be so liberating that that you will find immense physical, emotional, spiritual, karmic, financial, relationship changes happening. I have seen people experiencing relief and their skin tone has changed immediately. Their breathing pattern changes, their body posture shifts and permanently shifts. I've seen in a few weeks them becoming healthier, gaining weight or losing weight depending on where they need to be in life. Improving on relationships, succeeding in a few years. Tons of amazing results. Encouragement is wait, pause, take a stock of the stories that you're telling yourself and do yourself a favor. Create empowering, powerful stories about yourself for yourself and tell those stories to yourselves so that you can put your talent to good use through rational, logical, purposeful, adaptive ways, and interact with the life and make the most of life and let life make the most of you. You are far more powerful, capable, beautiful, lovable, and worthy than possibly you're thinking about today. Wish you a lot of healing energy in this direction.